My child, don't skip this again, this is very serious. Listen carefully. My child, get ready to punish this week. If you are going to skip this message before the next 7 minutes, for what I am going to tell you is very crucial and urgent. My child, you don't need any protection if I am with you, but if I am not there in your life, you are always vulnerable. My child, I am going to tell you that some actions can lead you drift away from my presence, and that could punish you beyond your imagination. Not because I punish you, but because the devil does. He always seeks to drift you away, to cause you to stumble, and to make you question your purpose. My child, he is crafty. He is sly, and he uses every possible way to make you believe that my word does not matter, that my promises are empty, and that your struggles are in vain. But listen carefully, my child, because I am with you. I have never left you, and I will never abandon you. Even when your heart doubts, even when your mind feels overwhelmed, even when the world seems too heavy to bear, this week, more than ever, you must guard your heart. Your thoughts are precious, and your will is mine to guide. Do not allow distractions. Do not allow temptation, and do not allow fear to take hold, for these are the tools of darkness, my child. The hourglass is running. Each second, each moment, each breath is a gift. Treasure it. Treasure it. Treasure it, for time is precious, and the enemy seeks to waste it, to fill it with empty words, empty actions, empty promises that lead to nowhere. Do not be fooled. Remember that the simple choices you make now have power. The decisions you believe are insignificant can lead you closer to me or further away. I do not need you to be perfect, my child, I need you to be aware. I need you to choose me with intention. Choose me even when it hurts, even when it is uncomfortable, even when the world mocks you for your faith. My child, know this, your spirit is beautiful. You are more resilient than you know. You have survived struggles that you thought would break you. You have survived temptations that seemed unbearable, and you have survived despair that seemed endless. All these things have not been in vain. They have strengthened you. They have shaped you. They have prepared you, and yet, there is more. There is always more to grow, more to learn, more to embrace. I am here to guide you through this week, my child, to help you see truth, to help you recognize the subtle ways the enemy seeks to lure you away, to help you understand that love, my love, is your shield. My child, if you think that my love is passive, think again. My love is active, my love is powerful, and my love is constant. When you walk through darkness, it is my light that will carry you. When you feel alone, it is my presence that surrounds you. When you are tempted to turn away, it is my voice that will call you back, and if you listen, my child, you will find peace even in chaos, strength even in weakness, and clarity even in confusion. Do not take this light for granted, my child, do not turn away from it, for the world offers illusions that can seem tempting, but they lead to nothing. My child, pay attention to the people around you. Not every smile is pure, not every word is truth, and not every path is safe. I do not mean to make you fearful, but to make you wise. Wisdom is greater than strength, and discernment is more precious than gold. Listen to the promptings of your heart, for that is where I speak. When you feel uneasy, when you feel restless, when you feel a pull that you cannot explain, know that it is either I speaking to protect you or the enemy lurking to lead you astray. Choose carefully, my child. Prayer, reflection, and stillness are your weapons. Hold them close. Use them daily, and you will never walk unprotected. My child, I have seen your struggles. I have seen the silent tears, the quiet despair, and the times you felt unworthy. I have seen it all, and yet, my child, you are worthy. You are loved beyond comprehension. There is no sin too great, no mistake too deep, and no failure too final that my love cannot redeem. The enemy would have you believe otherwise. He would have you believe that you are alone, that you are forgotten, that you are trapped, but I say to you now, I am here, and I will never forget you, my child. Expect challenges this week. Expect opposition. Expect moments that test your faith, test your courage, and test your loyalty. These trials are not to break you but to strengthen you. They are not punishments but opportunities, opportunities to recognize my power, to rely on my presence, and to see how much stronger you can be when you cling to me. Do not be surprised when your faith is questioned or when your path seems unclear. This is the season of refinement, and refinement is necessary for your spirit to shine. My child, guard your tongue. Speak life, speak truth, and speak kindness. Words have power. They can build or destroy. They can heal or hurt. When you speak without my guidance, you risk injuring others and even yourself, but when you speak with my presence, your words carry light, they carry peace, and they carry healing. Think before you speak. Pray before you act, and always seek me first. Your actions are mirrors of your heart. If your heart is filled with me, then your actions will reflect love, compassion, and truth. My child, pay attention to your thoughts. Do not let negativity take root. Do not let envy, anger, or pride consume you. These are tools of the enemy designed to distract you from my purpose. Instead, cultivate gratitude, cultivate patience, and cultivate humility. When you feel anger rising, stop and pray. When you feel impatient, breathe and remember my presence. When you feel proud, turn your heart toward me, for true strength comes from recognizing your dependence on me, and true wisdom comes from humbly seeking my guidance. My child, do not forget the power of prayer. It is not just a routine, it is a lifeline. When you pray, you align yourself with my will. When you pray, you invite my presence into every corner of your life. When you pray, you create a shield around your spirit that no darkness can penetrate. Make prayer your first response, not your last resort. Speak to me of your fears, your hopes, your doubts, and your dreams. I listen, I care, and I respond. My child, love others unconditionally. Do not measure love by reciprocation or merit. Love as I love. Love as I have loved you. This is the way to stay rooted in my presence. When you give without expectation, you free your spirit. When you forgive without reservation, you heal your soul. When you serve without desire for recognition, you become a beacon of light in a world desperate for truth. My child, listen carefully, for I am speaking to you with urgency and love. The enemy is relentless, and he seeks every opportunity to deceive you, to lure you into sin, and to separate you from me. You must understand that the weapons I have given you are not of the world, they are powerful, they are living, and they are capable of protecting you when you wield them with faith. The Bible, my word, is your sword and your shield. It is not a simple story, nor is it mere history, it is a guide, a map, a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Every verse, every command, every promise is meant to keep you safe from the snares of the enemy. My child, the enemy tempts you in ways that seem small, insignificant, or even natural. But every small compromise, every hidden indulgence, every silent allowance of sin opens the door for him to gain a foothold. Do not underestimate his power to manipulate your thoughts, your desires, and your emotions. I did not create you to be enslaved by sin, I created you to walk in freedom, to walk in love, to walk in holiness. The Apostle Paul warned, my children, that we are not to be conformed to the patterns of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of the mind. This transformation, my child, is achieved through my word. When you meditate on it, when you commit it to memory, when you speak it aloud in times of temptation, you arm yourself with the very power that defeated sin on the cross. Remember, my child, that temptation often begins in the mind. Satan cannot force you to sin, but he can suggest, he can whisper, he can appeal to your desires. Guard your thoughts diligently. The psalmist wrote, "Set a guard over my mouth, O Lord, keep watch over the door of my lips." Set a guard over your heart as well. Guard what you think about, what you dwell on, and what you allow to grow within you. Whatever you feed will grow. If you feed temptation with curiosity, it grows, if you feed it with acceptance, it flourishes, but if you feed it with prayer, with scripture, with devotion, it withers and dies. My child, flee from evil. I do not call you to test your strength against sin, but to run from it. Joseph, my servant, faced the advances of Potiphar's wife, and he did not negotiate, he did not rationalize, he fled. That is the model I give to you. When you sense temptation, do not linger, do not flirt with compromise, do not convince yourself that a little indulgence is harmless. Flee, and take refuge in me. Prayer is your immediate escape. Call upon my name, speak my word aloud, remind yourself of my promises. I will never abandon you when you do this. My child, the enemy also uses people to tempt you. Be cautious of influences that draw you away from my teachings. Remember what I said in Proverbs, do not be deceived, bad company corrupts good morals. Surround yourself with those who encourage you to walk in righteousness, who remind you of my presence, who hold you accountable in love. The community of believers is your fortress, for when temptation comes, you need support. Isolation is the enemy's tool. Do not isolate yourself, but do not be swayed by those who encourage sin. Discernment is a gift I have given you, and it is essential that you cultivate it. My child, humility is your armor. Pride opens the door for sin, while humility closes it. Remember what I taught through the life of David, my servant. Even when he sinned, he returned with a humble heart, acknowledging his wrongdoing, pleading for forgiveness, and restoring his relationship with me. Humility allows you to recognize your weakness and rely on my strength. It prevents you from believing that you are invincible or that you can navigate life without my guidance. When you are humble, you are teachable, you are careful, and you are protected from the arrogance that leads to destruction. My child, the word is your teacher. In every situation, memorize it, meditate on it, and speak it. When Jesus was tempted in the wilderness, he did not respond with his own reasoning, but with the word of God. It is written, he said. You must do the same. Let my word be your response, your defense, your anchor. When lies, lust, greed, or anger come knocking, answer with my truth. Let it rise up within you until temptation cannot find purchase. This is not legalism, my child, but life itself, it is freedom, it is the pathway to salvation and protection, my child. Fasting is a weapon that strengthens your spirit against temptation. When you deny yourself, you cultivate self-control. When you humble your body, you elevate your soul. I am pleased when you fast, not for show, but for me to draw closer, to hear my voice, and to strengthen your resolve. The enemy hates it, for fasting weakens his influence. Do not underestimate the power of a disciplined heart and body. My child, the spirit of prayer must be your constant companion. Pray without ceasing, as I have commanded. When you are tempted, when your mind wanders, when you feel weak, turn immediately to prayer. Prayer is not a ritual, it is a lifeline. It aligns your spirit with mine and creates a shield that darkness cannot penetrate. I am listening always, and I respond according to what is best for your soul. Through prayer, you gain strength, courage, and clarity to overcome every temptation that approaches. My child, understand the nature of sin, for knowledge is protection. Sin is deceitful, it always promises satisfaction but delivers destruction. Pride promises respect but leads to humiliation. Greed promises wealth but leads to emptiness. Anger promises release but leads to bondage. Understanding the true cost of sin fortifies your resolve. Do not let the enemy deceive you with lies that what seems pleasurable now will be good later. The immediate gratification is fleeting, the consequence is eternal. My child, remember the power of forgiveness, for it protects you from the cycle of sin. Do not harbor bitterness, these are tools of the enemy. They make you vulnerable, they cloud your judgment, and they open your heart to further attacks. Forgive as I have forgiven you, even when it is difficult. Let go of offense, and in doing so, you protect yourself from being trapped in a prison of your own making. My child, faith is your fortress. Doubt gives the enemy an entry point. Believe in my promises, even when you cannot see the outcome, trust in my provision, my guidance, and my protection. Faith allows you to walk in obedience even when the path is uncertain. Remember Abraham, my servant, who trusted me and obeyed even when the promise seemed impossible. His faith saved him from despair, and it paved the way for blessings beyond imagination. So must your faith be strong, unwavering, and active. My child, gratitude is a shield. When you focus on my blessings, when you recognize my hand in every detail of your life, the enemy cannot easily sway your heart. Ingratitude opens the door for envy, dissatisfaction, and temptation. Praise and thanksgiving cultivate joy, patience, and contentment. Make it a habit to count your blessings, to speak them aloud, and to rejoice in them. This practice strengthens your heart against the subtle attacks of darkness. My child, discipline is essential. The desires of the flesh are strong, but the spirit is stronger. Exercise control over your appetites, your impulses, and your desires. The Apostle Paul said that every athlete exercises self-control in all things. Do you wish to win the race of life? Then discipline your body and your mind. Do not be a slave to impulses, be a master of your spirit. When temptation rises, self-discipline allows you to respond with wisdom rather than react in weakness. My child, your conscience is a gift from me. Pay attention to it. When it convicts you, do not silence it, when it warns you, obey it. The enemy seeks to dull your conscience, to convince you that right and wrong are relative, but I have placed within you a moral compass that, when listened to, will keep you safe. He cannot manipulate what you heed with diligence and obedience to my guidance. My child, confession is your refuge. Do not carry sin in silence. Confess it to me, and if necessary, to a trusted fellow believer. Do not hide what is harmful, hiding it only gives the enemy power. Confession brings light to darkness, release to burden, and protection to your soul. I am faithful and just to forgive when you come with a contrite heart. The act of confession restores your strength and shields you from the punishment that comes from lingering in disobedience. My child, obedience is your lifeline. Every command I give is for your protection, every boundary I set is to preserve you from harm. Do not view my instructions as restrictions, but as a road map to life, peace, and victory. Those who walk in obedience avoid many of the snares that trap the disobedient. My child, guard your heart above all else, for everything you do flows from your heart. A heart filled with me is a fortress, a heart divided by sin is a battlefield. Protect it, nurture it, and feed it with truth. Avoid idleness, for the idle heart is vulnerable. Fill your heart with worship, study, prayer, and service. Let every thought, word, and action be rooted in me, and you will find that the enemy's temptations lose their power. My child, remember the story of Daniel. He was surrounded by corruption, temptation, and idolatry, yet he remained steadfast because he committed himself to prayer, to the word, and to faithfulness. My child, remember that the trials you face are temporary, but the rewards of obedience are eternal. The enemy may seem strong, the world may seem unfair, and the challenges may feel insurmountable, but I am stronger, I am eternal, I am victorious. When you remain faithful, I will lift you above every scheme of darkness. I will protect you from punishments that come through disobedience. I will guide you to safety, peace, and blessing. My child, keep your eyes on eternity, not on fleeting pleasures. The lusts of the flesh, the pride of life, and the deceitfulness of wealth are temporary, they promise satisfaction but leave emptiness. Focus on my kingdom, on righteousness, on mercy, and on truth. Store up treasures in heaven, for there the moth does not destroy, and thieves cannot steal. When you value eternal things, the temptations of this world lose their appeal, and your path becomes illuminated by my light. My child, remember that love is your greatest weapon. Love me above all else, love others as I have commanded, and love your enemies. When your heart is saturated with love, the desires that lead to sin cannot find room. Love dispels anger, envy, lust, and pride. It transforms weakness into strength, fear into courage, and doubt into faith. When you walk in love, you walk in my presence, and the enemy cannot prevail against you. My child, the Spirit within you is your counselor, your guide, and your comforter. Do not quench the Spirit. Listen to the promptings, the nudges, and the warnings that it brings. The Spirit speaks to you in ways that protect, instruct, and redirect you. When you follow the Spirit, you walk in alignment with me. When you ignore it, you give the enemy a chance to influence you. The Spirit is your constant companion, and through it, you are never alone in your struggle. My child, remember the example of Jesus. He was tempted in every way, yet he did not sin. He relied on the Word, he prayed, he obeyed, and he trusted me completely. Follow his example. When you face temptation, repeat my word, pray fervently, resist patiently, and trust fully. My power flows through you, my presence surrounds you, and my victory is certain. My child, do not grow weary in doing good. The enemy wants you to become discouraged, to believe that your efforts are futile, and to abandon the path of righteousness. But persistence is your safeguard. Keep walking in obedience, keep speaking truth, keep praying without ceasing. Perseverance strengthens your spirit, fortifies your heart, and builds a life that the enemy cannot touch. My child, humility, prayer, obedience, faith, love, discernment, and vigilance are the keys to avoiding temptation and protection from punishment. Live these daily. Make them the foundation of your life. Let my word dwell richly in you, let my Spirit guide you, let my love fill you, and you will find that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, no scheme of the enemy can overcome you, and no temptation can overpower you when you walk with me. My child, finally, know that my mercy is greater than your failures. When you stumble, when you fall, when you give in, do not despair. Return to me immediately, confess, repent, and rise again. My forgiveness is abundant, my grace is sufficient, and my love is everlasting. The enemy may try to convince you that it is too late, but I declare to you now, it is never too late. I am always ready to restore, to renew, and to protect. My child, I am speaking to you now so that you may be prepared, I am speaking so that your heart may be strengthened, I am speaking so that your eyes may be opened. Thanks for watching God's Helps. Subscribe for daily divine messages. Click on the bell icon, don't miss out daily God's message.